It's The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, everybody. Greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. It is The Drive on the Fan Sports Network from the Findlay Hyundai Studios, and we are really thankful you're waking up with us. Thank you for locking us in, loading us up. Devin, Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Tara Atkin. We are the Drive Morning Show crew, and we are ready to go. And right out the gate, let's get to it. We haven't done it in a while, but on a Tuesday night, we were spanning the globe trying to find the best thing for you. It's brought to you this morning by Zag to St. George, one Cedar City Zag location. Yeah, I'm looking at stuff to go, and I'm thinking Knicks flipped in the script last night, beating the Cavs. Obviously, we're waiting for game one of the Avalanche. So I had to dig a little deeper, and I went to the Big 12 baseball championships, and BYU is playing down there, and I started looking into potential things that I could go with today, and there was a Region 9 party last night down in Surprise, Arizona.
Yeah.
There was Luke Anderson in the lineup, 3 for 4. Ryder Robinson had a big day for the BYU Cougars. He's not a former Region 9 guy, but how about Riker Herdsman? Give this a listen. This is a 2 for 2 day as he gets an RBI double right here, and then we'll get to Ridge Erickson in just a second.
It's empty with 2 down. It's a surprise as the 13th and 14th teams in the league. This one's hit hard. Line drive into the alleyway. Could be extra bases for Riker Herdsman. Herdsman makes the big turnaround first. He'll slide in safely with a leadoff double.
Big day for Bryker. I mean, prepped at Desert Hills, goes to Utah Tech, goes in the portal, goes to BYU. They scoop him up. Would have loved to keep him here at Tech, but obviously 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. And that was a nice performance there by Bryker. And then Mr. Ridge Erickson, who's kind of been in and out of the lineup as a catcher. Didn't start as the everyday catcher from the get-go, but has worked himself into the lineup, and obviously he's a great backstop, but how about the bat as he goes just bananas last night? 2 hits, 2 runs, and 3 RBIs, 2 hits that both left the yard. Here is one of former Dixie Flyers' home runs that pushed BYU past Texas Tech. A 7-inning shortened game as the Cougars roll on in the Big 12 Conference Baseball Tournament.
Yeah, I mean, really, you're trying to piece this thing together the best you can.
That was deep.
I mean, Johnny, we really had Johnny scheduled to go 2 times through the order, and he
Who are they talking to?
I don't know. I don't think he even saw the play.
It's really turned into a bullpen.
That is not
game,
Trent
right?
Pratt, the BYU head coach.
It must be the Texas Tech head guy or something.
Yeah,
but he probably should have been alarmed when one flew out of the yard
Right.
during his in-game interview.
That was a bomb.
It was.
That was a bomb.
See if we can find the other one.
From Ridge Erickson.
Ridge needs some justice here.
Ridge went yard twice last night. Surprise, Arizona. That is where the Mariners play their spring training games, down there in Surprise, Arizona. So if you're coming in from the west side from Vegas, you drive right through Surprise to get into the greater Phoenix area.
Surprise.
Surprise. I've been to this yard. It's a beautiful ballpark.
Yeah.
I've been to this yard before. It's awesome, and BYU will now move on to face Baylor in the Big 12 Conference Tournament today. Speaking of Big 12, BYU's moving on. Utah is not, but Utah Tech is playing their game today at noon Mountain Time, their first game in the WAC Conference Tournament. And we're going to have Coach Phaeton on second hour at about 8:15 later on in the show. Did you find it? If not, we'll move on.
I think I did find it. Is he number 17?
29.
29, never mind.
Ridge is 29. I think Ryder Robinson is 20.
I don't think they posted
Luke
the second
Anderson
one.
is 11.
Oh, yeah, they did. Never mind. There with the caption, 1 wasn't enough.
There you go.
They got another one on there.
one
So
there.
we got the second home run.
Give Ridge some love.
Yeah,
baby.
we need a little. We don't need the guy talking over the entire thing. Let's see how this one sounds.
BYU has put up a 5 spot. And now maybe more. hit well. Erickson looking to lead the yard again, and he does.
Yeah, that's better.
That was a little better, yeah.
His second of the day. And it's a 15 spot on the board for BYU.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, 7 hits out of 9 at-bats for the Region 9 guys in the lineup for Trent Pratt and BYU baseball last night.
That's good.
Again, Luke Anderson, 3 for 4, Ridge 2 for 2, and Ridge was, he was 2 for, how many at-bats? 2 for 4. 2 for 4.
Okay.
So 7 for 9, because Luke unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
Just a great performance. Best thing, BYU moving on to play 5:30 today against Baylor. They went 1-2 in the regular season in Big 12 play against the Bears.
All right. Shay, want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
Okay. So we had these ladies in the studio yesterday, our state champion,
Yes.
softball, Desert Hills.
That was a lot of fun.
That was so much fun. It was a great interview. But we were talking to Riley Green because she had that inside the park home run, and I really wanted to see it. Her dad, Brian, and also the third base coach came in clutch for me last night and sent me the video. So that was the best thing I saw. I wanted to play this.
Yes. I wanted to see this yesterday. Let's see it.
It's pretty epic.
It's a slap shot to left. It's a great play. The left fielder is going to try to make a play on this ball coming in and can't, and it gets all the way to the wall, and then she just turns on the Jets.
Yeah. There we go. Look at him.
I'd be fired up too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was the
At the
best
home
thing.
plate, the mob there, they're just all so, the energy was oozing out
Like
of
you
those
said,
girls.
yeah, Brian's like just going down the baseline with her. And
It was awesome.
So that was awesome. I'm glad I finally got to see that. Thank you, Brian, for sending that.
Yeah, that was awesome. What a state championship. Love that winning moment. That she was the spark. She had that huge RBI double in game 1 against Bear River in the best of 3 series, and that one came in game 2. And it turned both plays kind of flipped the script and the momentum, and they revenged last year's state championship. Lost to the Bear River Bears. And again, if you missed it, we'll get that podcasted if we haven't already. We'll get that out so you can catch up with the Desert Hills seniors that stopped by the studio from yesterday. Paul, your best thing.
All right, I'm going to go to the pro ranks today. You've done college, high school. Let's go to the pros. I've never really thought my team was going to be very good this year. The Washington Nationals, their win total opened at 66.5 for the season. Well, you blink twice and look at the record now. They're 24-25, playing about 500 ball at this stretch of the season. And a main reason why is James Wood. He came up 2 years ago, has gotten better and better and better. And last night he had one thing he's never done before. How about an inside the park grand slam from Mr. James Wood? And we got the video here. This is against the Mets, who are having a rough year as well. But the Nats take advantage of some speed on the base pass, and the big man, Jimmy Wood, hauling around the bases. Let's take a look.
Out to left center. This ball is rocked. Into the gap and off the top of the wall. 2 outfielders look at themselves and don't find the baseball. Here comes James Wood, rounding third and heading home. Inside the park grand slam for James Wood.
There he is.
That's insane. Yeah.
I like that.
I mean,
That was a good call, too.
It was a good call. Very good. You even hear the color guy go, go, go!
Go, go, go. Yeah.
the Mets center
They're in the
fielder
background usually.
the Mets center fielder thought that the left fielder actually gloved it. I think
he was looking at him for a second.
Yeah,
for that
and that's
split
what
second.
allowed, I think, him. He came so close to that ball when it hit the wall and he didn't make the catch. They're both there together, so that's a long run.
Yeah.
Of course, the left fielder crumples off the wall, so he's not going to be able to get up and get to the ball.
Yeah.
So the center fielder, once he realizes he didn't catch it, then he's got to turn and find the ball, and it shot a good, 30+ feet away.
It did.
And that's what allowed a speed, and it wasn't even close. Wasn't even close to making a play at home.
That's right. And James Wood's a big guy.
He was probably exhausted after that, too. Like Riley said, in the park, home runs are exhausting.
Exactly. And he was hauling it, and I think I want to get his height and weight. I mean, he is a big fella. I mean, he's not a small man, and he was rolling around those bases. Anytime you get inside the park, it's tough. 6'6", 240 pounds for James Wood. So he was moving.
Love it. Love it. Best thing we saw, brought to you by Zag. You get $20 off any phone repairs at your Cedar City or either Zag location in St. George. Just mention the drive and the show, and they will hook you up with $20 off any phone repair. Make sure you put those screen protectors on. They come with a lifetime warranty on your phone camera, the face of your phone, and they got a bunch of accessories to deck out your phone for boating trips to Lake Powell or summer flights to get out on vacation. Again, you're waking up on a Wednesday, some graduations today. If you're heading out to a graduation, enjoy it. I know it feels like the end of the world as we know it, but I promise you'll be fine, as REM saying. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we are loaded today. Coach Fate stopping by the show. Lots on the Knights and the Avs. Game 1 tonight in the West, and so much more. It is The Drive. Keep your ears on, everybody. We are back, everybody. Greetings, salutations, and good morning. Show today brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Played out there yesterday. It is healed up from the mandatory aeration and the punch, and it is in fantastic shape. Oh, everything just green and lush and healthy. Good front nine, not a great back nine. Had 2 double bogeys on the back nine where I forgot how to play the game, but I had a blast out there. Get your tee times. It's not the course's fault that the ball didn't go where the guy hitting it wanted it to go, but I kept it in the 70s. I was playing my Rev Tour round to wrap up the spring season of the brand new tour in St. George, the Rev Golf Tour. And if you haven't heard about it, you got a week to play your matches. It's all flighted, A flight, B flight, C flight. So you're playing against, players of your same caliber, which I love. And it gives you a reason to, hey, I got to book a tee time in the next 7 days and get out and play. Gets you a chance to get out and play different golf courses, all of which I think is a big plus and a big selling point for this golf league. I remember we used to do, P1 golf leagues for over the years, and we used to always do it, set time that day once a week. And you'd have 20 to 80 guys show up, kind of like a men's day type thing. But this one's fun. And it's only $299, but that gets you the whole year. That's a sign up for the whole year. And that'll get you to the regional. That'll get you to the national championships if you qualify. So if you win your local flight, like you win a season, you can go to the regional, which is going to be down in Las Vegas. And then you can go to the national tournament, which is going to be like a TPC type premier golf course. I think they're doing it down there where they have the waste management, actually, is where this first year will be. TPC Scottsdale, I guess it is, right?
Yeah.
TPC Scottsdale. And that's where they have, obviously, the famous 16th hole par 3 in the waste management tournament. So that and the league will pay for that. If you go to the Nationals, the league, the Rev Golf Tour, the tour will pay for that. So Rev is rocking and rolling. They got over 40 guys in their spring league, and it's growing. And the summer league is starting next month in June. So now is the perfect time to get signed up and get out and play. Go check out the website. You can check more details. TheRevSTG.com. TheRevSTG.com. And then when you sign up, make sure you put in the promo code FAN50. FAN, FAN 50 to get $50 off your sign-up fee for our listeners. 435-414-6263. If you have any questions, you can call or text 435-414-6263. That'll get you with Jim, the tour director here in Southern Utah. All right, let's go back to the game 1 in the East last night. Game 1 in the West the night before was probably the best basketball game I watched all season long outside of the NCAA March Madness tournament. I mean, there was some sensational games in the tournament, but just best NBA game, bar none, was Spurs OKC. So I was kind of watching last night to see what could the East game 1 offer that was thrilling, different, better, and they both went to overtime. That is the common denominator with game 1 in the West, double overtime, in fact. And then last night in the Garden, Cleveland blows a 18, 19-point lead, and the Knicks come storming back behind Jalen Brunson and grab the overtime win. Terrific start to the NBA Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals. I have to say, the NBA has got me back for the postseason. It was tough to watch Jazz all year long. They just weren't very good. Regular season games, it's a long 82-game season. But when you give me overtime in game 1s in the East and in the West, pretty exciting. And looked like I almost turned it off last night, I will be honest, because the Cleveland Cavaliers were just kind of just cruising. Spider was playing awesome, and they were just kind of rolling right along. And then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, the Knicks just flipped everything around. Jalen Brunson got hot. I don't know why the Cavs did not double team Jalen Brunson and make somebody else beat you. And then what did they do? They started helping off of James Harden's guy, and they said, Harden, go ahead and shoot. And nobody fears the beard anymore. Nobody fears James Harden anymore. And James Harden was just not very good last night. So a good fourth quarter Jalen Brunson. James Harden in the postseason has more turnovers than he's got made field goals.
That's not good.
No.
Let that resonate.
Yeah, that's
James
not good.
Harden in his last couple games is turning the ball over more. Last night, James Harden goes 5 of 16 from the floor, 1 of 8 from the three-point line, and he has 6 turnovers. So he made 5 shots, and only one of them was a 3. He had 15 points, but he had 6 stinking turnovers. His plus-minus was -6.
Yeah. It's not good.
Nope. Horrible.
Donnie did what he could. I mean, Spida had 29.
Yeah. He had a good game.
He's playing great, but Jared Allen didn't have a great game. Evan Mobley didn't really do a lot and shoot the ball very good. Strus came in and threw the ball away and looked awful. Sam Merrill played well again.
Yeah, other than like you said, he should have won it there at the end.
Yeah.
I think I have that shot.
The shot right at the end of the game, regulation, I should say, because it went to overtime. I thought this was teed up, and actually the way the game played out, I didn't think this was bad by Kenny Atkinson to give, arguably your best shooter the ball, because they're going to throw the kitchen sink at Mitchell. Harden wasn't shooting it well, so Sam Merrill is on the court. He played 29 minutes last night, 28 and a half, and he had 12 points. In the loss for the Cavs. And here is the final play of regulation. This is Cleveland up, and this is where Jalen Brunson gives it up, and they get a deep 3 to tie it.
To play. Anunoby floats it over to Shamet. Shamet a three-pointer. It's good! Tie game with 44 seconds to go!
3 times it hit the rim and bounced home.
Yeah.
Shamet. It's bedlam here at the Garden. Harden pulls up jumper, got it. James Harden with a huge bucket.
Yeah, so that was one of his 5 makes last night.
It's a big one.
Yeah,
That was a big one, yeah.
Brunson with Harden on him. Brunson on the drive, the floater, bank shot. It's good. Tie game again with 19 seconds remaining. No timeouts right now called by Kenny Atkinson. Both teams have multiple timeouts.
I got more on that.
Yep. On the timeout.
Foul is a penalty. Mitchell to Harden. Shot clock is turned off. Merrill, three-pointer. Halfway down.
Oh,
Man,
that's painful.
Yeah.
He had the halfway bang, and then he thought it was going in.
Yeah, that was
Who was
bad.
that, Breen or whatever? Mike Breen?
Yep.
Yeah, he thought that was in.
If it was hockey, like that puck would have been counted as in because it like dropped below the rim.
Yeah.
Like just kissed the net and then bounced right back out.
Yeah, it was brutal. But funny thing about Atkinson, he had a little post-game interview. I thought this was great audio from him. Based on how the game played out, I think we have it. It's Kenny Atkinson on why he didn't want to burn timeouts despite a 30-8 Knicks run to force OT. You'd think at some point your coach is going to say, all right, this is getting out of hand. Let's take a timeout and regroup. And for whatever reason, Atkinson, as good of a coach as he is, just decided to hold them. And I think he took a couple into overtime with them. So this is a little 10-second clip on why Kenny Atkinson, despite getting bludgeoned by the Knicks, a 30-8 run, decided not to take a timeout. This is him.
Yeah, I like to hold my timeouts. I mean, I didn't want to have one timeout at the end of the game, 1 or 2 point game. I try to hold them. Yeah, I like.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off.
30-8 run. I think that he's an idiot.
They get outscored. The Knicks outscored the Cavs in the fourth quarter 32-18. You'd think you could have used a few of those TOs to stop the bleeding. And then how about in overtime, they outscore the Cavs 14-3. I mean, holy smokes. Holy smokes. I mean, Cleveland was only up a couple at the break. I think they were up 4 at the break. But then by the end of the third quarter, they pushed it up to 16. It's a 16. You're not supposed to blow 16-point leads.
It was 92-74 with about 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
So,
and then obviously Jalen Brunson got hot. 38 points. He goes 15-29. 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Great plus minus. You had decent help from, some of the bench players. Shamet hit that big 3. Jordan Clarkson, former Jazz man, only played 16 minutes last night, 3 points. He is not the sixth man of the year candidate right now for the Knicks that he certainly was in those years for the Utah Jazz or even prior to his stop in L.A. with the Lakers.
That's fine. I mean, he's still contributing. But as far as Brunson goes, most fourth-quarter playoff points since 2021, Brunson had 520 to lead the league in the fourth quarter in the playoffs. 2022, he had 496. He led the league once again. 2023, 416. He led the league again in the playoffs. 2024, 333, led the league again. So this guy in the fourth quarter in the playoffs,
clutch game.
He's about as money as it gets. So, I mean, I don't see Cleveland, they may win a few at home, but the Knicks look like the team. Even from last year, they made a nice run in the playoffs, didn't go the distance, but I still think, because Indiana got in the way, but I think that this is the best team in the East, the New York Knicks.
I think it's going 7. I really do. I think these two teams are very evenly matched. Brunson is the one X factor against Donovan Mitchell. And 29 for Spider, 38 for Brunson. Brunson, I love that stat you just gave. He's got that X factor when the game is on the line in the postseason. He kicks it into another gear.
Yeah,
and he's the most talented player on the court, not named Donovan Mitchell. It's those two guys are superstars.
Yeah,
like. I'm sorry, Evan Mobley, you're not a superstar yet. James Harden, you're not a superstar anymore. Jared Allen, you're not a superstar. You look at OG Anunoby, great player, not a superstar. I don't think the big cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has really ever been a superstar. 6 for 14, 13 points last night.
Yeah.
1 of 5 for 3. He had a stupid offensive foul. Sorry, Big Cat, you're not a superstar. They haven't missed him one bit in Minnesota. They got just as far this year in the second round as they did ever with Big Cat. Although I would say the same thing about Rudy Gobert at this point in his career too. Mikal Bridges. He's a guy that could become a superstar, but he's not a superstar. So you have two superstars in this series, and Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell. Do you agree or disagree with that? I'm talking superstar.
Yeah, I'd throw the superstar term around not much. I like to keep it pretty clean with deeming people superstars. There's a level of player. There's a good player, there's a star, and there's a superstar. And I think Brunson is a legitimate superstar, playoff superstar, regular season. It doesn't matter. He always brings his game to the level of competition. So I'll say he is. I think Donovan Mitchell is a star. I don't think he's a superstar anymore. I think his just because he can drop points and lead the team in scoring, when the moment is big for Donovan Mitchell, I don't know that he is a superstar, has the clutch gene that Brunson or Kobe or other guys have had in the past.
They're two alpha males in this series. Like, all-star level guard, but not quite superstar. That's what you're saying about Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
He's the first time he's ever got to the finals in
How many
the
times
West
has
or the
Donovan
East.
Mitchell been All-NBA? First team.
I'm not sure.
I don't think ever.
I'm not sure.
So I don't think ever.
And I'm not saying that the series comes down to Brunson versus Mitchell. It very well could, but it might be these other guys, the supporting cast, that has to play a little bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, who's the third best? Do you agree that they're the best two players on each respective team?
Yeah, they are the best team players, and I was wrong. He was All-NBA second team in 2022-3, and he has 2 selections. So I think 2 second-team appearances for Mitchell. So he's a very good player.
He's the closest thing to a superstar that Cleveland has.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because Harden used to be a superstar, but watching him last night, he's old. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't ball dominant because you got Spider, and he didn't shoot it good. He didn't shoot it good last night.
Well, the Harden of the Rockets or Thunder is long gone. He's been on 4 or 5 teams now, and he's moved around a ton. I mean, I think the level of play for Harden has diminished ever since he left Houston. So he's no longer getting to the line like he used to and shoot a ton of free throws. He can't do that trademark leg kick on his 3-pointers to draw fouls anymore. They've cracked down on that rule in the NBA. So I think Harden's game has been marginalized by the league. I mean, he's just not a good player anymore. I mean, he's okay. He made that big shot we played during the clip, and that was probably his only big contribution last night.
I mean, to me, you look at the numbers in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Brunson goes 15 to 29, 38 points. He has the ball in his hands a lot. Only 3 turnovers, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. That is a superstar type line for me. You back that up by the playoff, leading the league in scoring in the playoffs. To me, that says superstar.
Mitchell.
No, Brunson.
Oh, we've already agreed on Brunson.
Donovan's line last night. So this is where you don't agree. You don't think Donovan Mitchell is considered a superstar.
Not really.
29 points on 12 of 23 shooting, 4 of 11 from the three-point line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, but he had 6 steals.
Nice.
That's that's a superstar stat line in an Eastern Conference final.
But what do you deem a superstar? Like, is everyone, you're a superstar, and you're a superstar, and you're a superstar?
No.
Like,
Okay, Oprah.
No.
It's literally Jokic, SGA, Luka,
Yeah. I think Wemby will be.
Wemby, and that's my list. Superstars. 4. I don't think you can just make everyone a superstar because they put up some points like Mitchell and has some steals, you know?
Well, you just said
What
Brunson was a superstar, but then you didn't put Brunson in your list.
What has he ever won?
You just named 4 guys, not one of them was Jalen Brunson. But you said you agreed with me on Brunson was a superstar.
Okay, well, we'll throw him in there. He's oversight there. We'll add him to the 5.
Look, I think you're shortcutting the list a little bit. Like there's 20 some all-stars. I think superstars, that all-star list is cut down to a third or half, but it's still more than 4 guys. There's
Giannis, maybe.
Yeah.
But again, there's some of these guys diminishing returns.
Steph Curry has been a superstar.
He's old. LeBron, old.
But he's
KD,
still
old.
But is Steph a superstar? Yes, come on. Steph Curry changed the game. He changed the way the three-point.
I'm talking about present
kids
day.
want to be like Steph Curry.
Present day.
Now you're changing the context of the conversation.
No, we're talking about who's a current superstar in the NBA, not who was 10 years ago.
Okay, current superstars that are left in the NBA playoffs.
Correct.
There's only 2 in the East, and it's Brunson and Mitchell. That's my point. So thank you for driving home my point.
No, Donovan Mitchell's
there's only 2 teams playing
won
basketball.
Anything. Donovan Mitchell's never won anything.
Now you're changing criteria of your
That's
fit.
how you become a star. You got to win.
You got to score.
He has never won anything. There's plenty of guys that have scored countless points over the years.
So if Donovan goes and wins it beat the Knicks.
DeMar DeRozan averaged 28 points a game. Is he a superstar? No. There's a smell test. He had a
season.
That's fine. And Mitchell's had a good season, but is he a superstar? No.
But he's had a good career.
But is he a superstar? Does he fall with the Jokic, SGA? Does he fit in that group? No, he does not.
No, but I'm talking, you're changing the context of the conversation. There's only 2 teams left.
I get it. We're talking about superstars right now. You've pegged Mitchell a superstar.
In this series, he is the closest thing to a superstar.
See, now
on
you're
Cleveland's
changing what
team.
you're saying.
So are you.
Okay.
You changed it 3 times. I've changed it 3 times. You're taking it way out of context. What I'm saying is there's only 2 guys in this series that are must watch, and it's Mitchell and Brunson. I mean, the supporting cast is going to be very important to who wins this Eastern Conference matchup.
All right.
I'm saying Brunson got the upper hand last night. And you just gave the stats to back him up that he has been very consistent. What has he won? He hasn't won a championship.
Okay. All right.
So your context for that is thrown out the window with Brunson, too.
I'm going to read you some names. Does Donovan Mitchell fit in with this group? SGA, Jokic, Wembanyama, Doncic, Anthony Edwards, Giannis, Cade Cunningham. And there he is finally on the fringe. Number 11 is Donovan Mitchell. So he's not a top 10 player by this poll. And there's a lot of polls out there, and some may have him top 10. Personally, he's a scorer. What else does he do? What else does Donovan Mitchell do?
I mean, 6 steals last night is pretty impressive to me. When you're playing in an Eastern Conference final game, nobody else had 6 steals in the game. In fact, the next closest in the steals category, you do play defense, Donovan.
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson had 3. He was the second.
Defense.
He had twice as many steals. So that's the thing I think you're forgetting.
But did he draw Brunson quite a bit, who had 38 points?
I don't know. Maybe you should have watched the game. Maybe you should have watched the game and you'd find out. Don't ask the question if you don't know the answer.
Okay.
We got to get to a break. It's a drive. It was the Knickerbockers in overtime, 115-104. Back to game 2 in the West. And as good as an overtime game in the East was last night, the best game I saw all season was game 1 between OKC and the San Antonio Spurs.
Yes.
And so really fired up for game 2 tonight in OKC. Thunder are favored by 7. We'll get into that game a little bit more. And we got game 1 in the West. I want to talk about this when we come back. Knights in Colorado take on the Avs tonight, 6 o'clock on ESPN. We're finally going to fire up that Western Conference final showdown between those two rivals.
I'm going to go to...
Where are you going, Paulie?
Yeah.
I'm going...
The song's been playing for 30 seconds.
Where are
Bring
you
it
going?
in.
Where are you going? Welcome back.
Bring it in, she says.
Yeah, Paulie's mic presence this morning is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. Good morning, everybody. We are in the Finley Hyundai Studios, hanging out, talking sports. Thanks for waking up with us. Graduations all over Washington County today and tomorrow.
Yes.
Do you remember your graduation day, TA?
Oh, yeah.
You remember it?
Yep.
Yep. Paul, you remember yours?
Sure.
I don't remember much of mine. I remember we had it in our gym.
Why is this, Devin?
And I remember our walkout song. I was completely dry.
Yes.
Right-minded,
obviously.
The REM song, It's the End of the World as we know it. And I feel fine. I can't sing REM, but that was our walkout song.
Yeah, we had Good Riddance, Times of Your Life by Green Day. It was ours.
TA, what was your guys'
I don't
song?
remember. It's some weird one.
You just said you remembered.
Well, I don't remember the song. I remember.
I thought the song was kind of a big deal.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Oversight
a
by
weird
you.
one. It was like a really popular one in '99.
Okay.
Yeah.
99.
99. I was 6
1999.
years old.
Papa Roach?
No.
Rage Against the Machine? Blink
No.
182?
It was a weird one.
All right, she's looking
It
now.
was like an actual graduation
It was
song.
probably Idaho, right? You're probably country.
No.
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 She
How do you
shuts
know?
that
You
down.
can't remember.
Gives you the
I know.
Dikembe.
Hang on.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, you got to know the song.
Yeah, this is.
I didn't love it. So like,
it wasn't memorable.
Yeah,
It wasn't
didn't
memorable.
stick with her, obviously.
It was Britney Spears.
Oops, I did it again.
Maybe some Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, bye, bye, bye. Like you're saying bye to the school. Who knows?
Didn't My Name Is Slim Shady. Didn't that come out in 1999?
yeah, I
Did it?
I had that
The
one
real
for
Slim
sure.
Shady album.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Yeah. Chili Peppers were big in the late 90s. Man, I don't know.
I think it was like Vitamin C, Graduation, Friends Forever, like that one. Do you remember?
I don't remember that one.
See,
Maybe
you
give
wouldn't,
us-
you wouldn't have remembered it either.
Maybe you give us a little of that.
I'll find it. I'll see.
Pot it up a little bit, and we'll hear what your graduation tunes were like.
REM, It's the End of the World.
That's
and
a
you
good
know
one.
it.
Yeah, that is a
That's
good
the
one.
one thing I won't forget. is
That's
I
a good
remember-
one.
Yeah.
I think Times of Your Life by Green
That's
Day.
a good-
That's
that's a
another
good one,
good one
too.
for graduation.
My Wish by Rascal Flatts was a big one too. I remember that one. But,
okay.
But that wasn't what we walked to.
Yeah. I wonder do you know what they're playing around town? What the walk songs?
I'll find out
You
tomorrow.
flip the tassel over.
That's right. Fan Sports Network contributor and intern Andy Atkin graduating tomorrow. We're so
Yeah.
excited for her.
Yeah.
She'll be on to the next phase.
Tara's not excited.
She's not. She's shook up a little bit. By it.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
My baby's growing up. It's always tough. Maybe graduation be a little break. Maybe you got some friends and family coming in tonight, taking a little Western Conference Game 1 action tonight. The Knights are in Colorado.
Yeah.
And this to me, this is a rivalry kind of matchup. I feel like the Knights kick-started the rivalry now with the Mammoth. They're about the same distance from Vegas to Denver as Vegas to Salt Lake. Little closer to Salt Lake than Denver. I feel like the Knights in the West. It's not the Ducks. It's not the Kings. It's not one of those conference games. I feel like it's Edmonton. Because of the 2004 playoffs where Edmonton bounced the Knights, I feel like Knight fans have not forgotten that bounce job. And so there's a disdain for Edmonton and Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and company. And I feel like because before, the Mammoth left Phoenix and Ryan Smith relocated them to Salt Lake City, there was the geographical rivalry, at least, against the Avs and the Knights. So I feel like this kind of feels like a rivalry Western Conference Final showdown, to me at least.
Yeah, I think so. And, the Knights are a decided underdog on the series price. Colorado, while game 1, the underdog is not as big. For the series, Colorado is almost 3-1, minus 260 on the money line. Knights coming back the other way, plus 210 series price. But Spit and Chicklets was breaking down the Knights' chances, and if they realistically have a real shot to win this series based on the odds, they kind of break it down. TJ Oshie joins the crew, former Capital, and let's see what they have to say here.
How do you feel about Vegas's play and where they're trending? And people were a little bit nervous about them, during the pillow fight division during the regular season. Are they even going to make playoffs? What do you make of their game right now, and how dangerous are they? And can they beat Colorado?
So I think they're trending exactly how they should be. I think they needed Mitch Marner to play like this in order to really get the job done. They're not quite as fast as some of the other teams. I think they can play fast, which is different than straight speed. But I think they're going to need Mitch Marner. They're going to need him to be a superstar against Colorado. They're going to need to be healthy. I don't know where Stone's at, how he's feeling overall. You have to be healthy against Colorado. I think Minnesota's had a phenomenal roster. They had Eck out and Brodin out, and you can't do it. My gut tells me that Colorado is the heavy favorite the rest of the playoffs, remaining 4. But if Mitch Marner plays how we saw him there in that last series, Colorado showed that they can get scored on. Minnesota was scoring goals on him at certain times, but they're going to need Stone healthy. He's going to need some big goals, some of those big turnovers that he creates into odd man rushes, those power play goals around the net. So I think a lot's going to rely on that.
You know, and he doesn't even know if Stone's going to play.
Doesn't.
I mean, you
None
got
of us
a
do.
former player that's pretty connected into the sport. It's now going to the media route, and I actually like TJ's thoughts.
He does
and
a great
comments.
job.
Yeah,
He does,
I've
yeah.
seen him on set, and I've actually been like, this guy's polished. He's great in the booth.
Yeah.
You know, lower body injury. Is it a knee? Is it an ankle? Is it a quad? Is it a hammy? A lower body injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw him miss the final games in the second round series against the Ducks. You know, not really a factor in that series at all. And no Knights management update, no definitive timeline for his return. So this whole entire series, let alone game 1, is in question for Mark Stone. We really just don't know.
No.
Yeah.
And this is the one sport where, like the NFL, you would know. The NBA, you would know. Major League Baseball, you'd be on the disabled list for 10 or 15 or 30 or 60 days. We would know.
Right.
We don't know crap.
Yeah, they don't have to disclose.
We don't know anything.
Yeah.
And so I think that's part of the equation. Now, maybe Vegas knows something about Stone's availability with the series price that you alluded to.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that the
I think
Stone's
not
availability
having
hurts
Stone
it.
is
Yeah.
making Colorado that big of a favorite.
Big time favorite. You know, you normally don't see a minus 260 in the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, and look, despite him missing over 20 games in the regular season, I mean, this veteran winger put together 73 points. He had 28 goals, 45 assists, and 60 games played. So he missed 22 games of the regular season. And when he's out there, you can shuffle those top 6 forward lines, and you can lean on players like Mitch Marner and Jack Eichel to make up offensive and defensive playmaking. And when you don't have him, now you know you're relying more on William Karlsson, who did come back about the same time as Stone got hurt, maybe a little bit before. They played a couple games together in the postseason in that second round series in the end of the first. Didn't William come back in game 4 or 5 of the first round? So we kind of got him in the middle of that series against the Mammoth. And so look, this is part of the equation right now. I don't know that Colorado is unbeatable. A lot of people are saying they're
beatable.
unbeatable.
No.
I get the sense from TJ Oshie right there. Marner had a hattie last game against the Ducks in the 6-3 win. We all watched that game.
Yeah.
We were up at State Baseball watching that game. And that's a natural hattie for Marner. And if he can keep doing stuff like that, who's to say the Knights can't win this series?
And that's the difference maker, too. Like he said, they're playing against these fast teams, but he is a high skill player and he has stepped up. And so that skill and that high hockey IQ that Marner brings is the difference maker. And that's why they have been able to still beat these teams and move on, even with Stone out.
Yeah.
How much do we read into this whole losing the draft pick and the fine? Is that going to affect the Knights whatsoever moving into this? They did finally come out and at least take some ownership. They did appeal it with the league. It was denied. They are going to lose the draft pick. That came out last night. They are going to still, fine Tortorella the $100,000.
Right.
Look,
I mean, I think the biggest thing is the pick loss. You can get a really good player in the second round of the NHL draft. Sebastian Aho was the second round pick. Patrice Bergeron, Nikita Kucherov, Jason Robertson. Those are all just some of the names that were picked in the second round, high impact players. So you lose a second round pick, it's not like you're throwing away a fifth round pick. It's a very important pick.
Vegas general manager Kelly McCrimmon, and I've met Kelly. I've talked to him a couple times. He was the guy that brought in LeBron to Cleveland, was the GM when they drafted LeBron. Now he's with the Knights, and he said this after they met with media. He said, "We missed a great opportunity after Game 6 to connect with our fans and share with them a victory in a playoff series. I've always felt in a playoff series, when you win a series, you galvanize the bond with your fan base. We missed that opportunity by not having John available to do post-game. That's on John for failing to do that. That's on me as a general manager of the hockey club. That's not at the feet of our comms people who made other arrangements with the media to accommodate the tight quarters in and around our dressing room post game."
Yeah.
He said, We did not have an explanation other than to say we were wrong and assure you that this will not happen again. So Kelly McCrimmon is saying, look, this is on me. This is on coach. This is not on our people doing their jobs and what they're told to do. When the coach says, I don't want to go do post game, they did have a couple guys available, but not in the locker room. It's not like nobody spoke to the media, but it wasn't your normal run-of-the-mill 30-minute, and it wasn't at the podium like it should have been for head coach.
Yeah, we read the Jesse Granger tweet. He's been covering the team since day one. He hadn't seen this in 9 years. I mean, it was a Bush League move, and they deserve to get docked the pick. Greg Wyszynski, who's a senior NHL writer for ESPN, said, I still think there's a path back for the Golden Knights to lessen the NHL punishment after the fine and pick docking were reaffirmed today. It wouldn't make sense for the NHL to rescind anything of the levied penalties before Vegas proves that it understood its lesson on media access. And so the rest of the way, they got to be model citizens going forward.
Yeah. Adding fuel to the fire, Vegas's decision to prevent teams from interviewing former head coach Bruce Cassidy. He was fired with 8 games left. He led them to their Stanley Cup victory. He's still under contract with Vegas, so they have that right. They have every right to deny teams the ability to interview. They are still paying him his paycheck, so he is still under contract.
I was reading a lot on
McCrimmon. McCrimmon's only comment on that whole thing is we are focused on the Stanley Cup playoffs. He has spoken to Cassidy, and Cassidy, they have an understanding.
And I feel like Sin Bin, Vegas is always on the cusp of everything breaking, whereas Jesse Granger does a great job of post-game previews, recaps, but Sin Bin gives you a lot of stuff inside, and he gives his opinion. He said, as for the Cassidy situation, what was said at the podium today is a joke. Claiming that the focus is solely on the playoffs is ridiculous. It takes less than 10 seconds to grant approval for other teams to speak to the head coach they rashly discarded. Not to mention they had just 6 days between playoff games. There was obviously a moment to, quote, break the focus from the postseason. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bad look.
With respect to the league's rules and processes, and in respect to the contract, he's not the coach anymore. He's no longer with the club.
So let him seek other
employment. So he shouldn't be stopped, in my opinion, from pursuing other employment opportunities.
That's right.
It's not a great look for the VGK.
No. Their front office has taken some dings the last couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, now you win the cup, and all will be forgiven for the from the Knights fans.
So lose that second-round pick. That's a big pick. I don't know if people understand how big that second-round pick is.
Not discounting that, but as far as the Cassidy thing and the media access, you go win the Stanley Cup, that all is washed away.
Yeah.
In the fans' eyes, in the Knights fans' eyes.
Around the league, they still look Bush League, though. They do.
They're
to other teams.
Yeah.
The way they handle business is really under the microscope right now.
I've met with Kelly. Kelly doesn't seem like he would let this happen on his watch. I'm glad he took ownership of this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where he was in the building with the Ducks. I don't know what the communication from the comms team to the general manager to the coach was. It sounds like somewhere along the lines they really dropped the ball.
I don't think they wanted to do it, and he just...
And Tortorella just said, I'm not doing it.
He just said, I'm not doing it. That's what I think really happened. I know they're trying
He's kind of got that level of, like...
pettiness.
Well, and he's old school, and he's been around the game his whole life, and if he doesn't want to do it, he's just going to be like...
I think they felt they were wrong with the McNabb hit. You know, I think they truly thought they got jobbed by the Department of Player Safety, and they just didn't want to do media. Yeah. That's what I think really happened.
Yeah,
I know all these cover jobs and press conferences are happening, but I think he was pissed. Didn't want to reward the NHL with giving them media access, and that was his way to spite them, I think. So that's how I think it played out.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see if we'll ever get clarification on that, but I think they're keeping it pretty
maybe after the season.
Pretty hush-hush, because I think the more we learn about this, the worse they're going to look. So,
second hour, we'll have a deeper preview and staff picks on Game 1 in the West. 6 o'clock tonight on ESPN. Knights will be in Colorado for Game 1 and 2. They'll be home on Sunday for Game 3 and then home on Tuesday for Game 4. So, man, Sunday night, a lot of you maybe have Monday, Memorial Day off. Cheapest ticket to get in the building when I was looking the other day was about $191.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
That's not bad.
$191 for a
upper level.
I think Game 4 is even less than Sunday
Game
night
4
will
is
be more
cheaper.
expensive because it's Memorial Day the next day. A lot of people can go out to Vegas, have a good time, don't have to work the next day.
Get there to work on Tuesday.
You got to go back to work on Tuesday. So the Tuesday tickets will probably be a little bit less expensive.
They are.
What's the cheapest to get in the building on Tuesday?
I checked yesterday. Let me check again. We got time. Let's see. Vegas Game 4 is what we're looking
And
at.
I could be wrong, but
141.
So $50 cheaper.
Cheapest ticket is 141.
Today's show brought to you by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. Summer Shred, just $5.99 a month. That's 3 peptides. Lose weight, look great, get shredded. Game Day Men's Health. You can always get a free testosterone test as well at Game Day Men's Health. 435-265-4223. Hour 2 coming up when we come back. Yeah, we are back, everybody. Hour 2, Rev It Up. Show today brought to you by the Rev Golf League. St. George, are you ready? There's a brand new golf tour, and you can get signed up for $50 off at therevstg.com. You can go check out the league. It's all flighted, so you're playing against the same level golfers as you are. You're going to play around town. You'll be going out to Sky Mountain, Coral Canyon, Dixie, Red Hills, Southgate. You know, there's 8 weeks in the spring, summer, and fall. So 24 weeks on the tour all around southern Utah. So if you live in Mesquite, Cedar, you want to come down once a week and play, get the sticks out. The June Summer League will start mid to late June. So you got a week or two to get signed up so you don't miss the next tour session. If you win, you move on to a regional in Las Vegas. If you win that, you move on to a national tournament. There's like 55 and counting Rev Tour locations around the country and growing fast. This is kind of the new tour that is really, you know, for every average day players that still want to get the competitive juices flowing, want to get yourself a reason to play once a week and go compete. This tour is going to be awesome, and it's only going to keep growing. It actually originated a couple years ago up in Davis County, so it originated in Utah. And the national championships are going to be TPC Scottsdale, TPC Sawgrass, maybe like a Pebble Beach down the road. They're going to rotate every year. All swings welcome. Every skill level competes. Go to therevstg.com. If you want to sign up for the tour, you get $50 off. Use FAN50, promo code FAN50 at therevstg.com. Check it out. And I got my score in yesterday, had a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the Summer League. Come join us. You're going to love it like I do. We got to get to headlines and what's trending. Let's do it right now on The Drive. Yesterday, Heartbreak City for our 2 high school soccer teams. These were the last 2 high school teams remaining going into the semifinals of a Zion Bank Stadium, which is out there in Bluffdale area. This is kind of not far from the new ballpark where the Bees are playing. This is where the women's pro team, the Monarchs, play. A beautiful RSL Academy facility. I was there last Wednesday when you guys were doing that Snow Canyon game. I was over at watching my daughter's State Cup championship, and this is where they played it. Same facility, same place. We had the whole office watching the morning game. Murray they were playing Desert Hills. As Murray Desert Hills won semifinal. It was Crimson and East in the other semifinal. Both were streamed on KSLSports.com. And overtime was in the cards for Desert Hills for a long time. It was tied 1-1, then they were down 2-1, then they tied it up 2-2 when Murray's goalie got a red card. So he had to play a man down and go to their backup goalie. And then they scored a goal there to take a 3-2 lead. Simister header, his second goal of the game. He had a brace yesterday for Simister of Desert Hills, and it looked like, about 15, 20 minutes left in the second half, Desert Hills had a goal lead, and they were going to win, and then a freshman comes in, makes a move to the middle, bends it past the goalie, and they tie it, and then they go on to take the lead and win 4-3, and Desert Hills is out. Similar storyline in the next semifinal game. Crimson down 1-0, tied at 1-1, but that would be it. East gets a couple more goals to win 3-1. So both Desert Hills and the defending state soccer champs in boys soccer, Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, both bowed out in the semifinals with losses. And I had it on good word that they were going to, with graduations today for Desert Hills and tomorrow, they were going to move that game down to Greater Zion Stadium on Friday. If both Region 9 teams would have won. That would have been a huge crowd for that game with a lot of friends and family in town for all those seniors graduating. You got to believe that would have been pretty cool. And there might have been an opportunity where we would end up broadcasting that game, but it didn't happen. They both lost. So it'll be Murray versus East for the state soccer championships on Friday. So
Congrats to those teams.
Yep, but good run for both the Mustangs, the 7 seed, and the 4 seed Thunder to get to the semifinals. Speaking of soccer, Real Salt Lake will wrap up its pre-World Cup slate this weekend. Claret and Cobalt will hit the road to take on Minnesota United on Saturday. They have 25 points right now this season. They're third in the Western Conference standings. Fun team to watch if you haven't checked out an RSL game this Saturday against Minnesota U. I was watching a little bit of this last night. I was jumping back and forth between this and the NBA game because there was no hockey, no pro hockey, playoff hockey last night. The Salt Lake Bees begin their week with a win. I was listening to my good buddy Tony Parks. They beat the Tacoma Rainiers, the AAA affiliate of the Seattle Mariners. So this was Angels versus Mariners, AAA affiliates. 7-5, the final score. There's a kid for the Bees named Donovan Walton last night as I was watching that led the way. Had 3 RBIs, had a key hit I saw.
Nice.
Good start for the starter, good save on the back end.
I got one. This pertains to tonight's game.
Can I stay local first?
Okay,
One more quick local. College baseball, Big 12 tournament began yesterday. BYU beat Texas Tech 18-8. I think our local guys, Luke Anderson, Erickson, Ridge Erickson, and Bryker Herdsman, when combined, I think it was 7 for 9 with like 6 RBI as BYU wins in this game short and 10-run rule, 18-8. So they played Baylor tonight at 5:30. Utah Utes had their season in. They lost 9-5 to K-State.
Wow. All right. Let's start with the Western Conference Finals. One notable absence from practice on Tuesday for the Avalanche, and it's their second best player in my mind behind Nathan McKinnon. Cale Makar was out for practice yesterday and then was asked what a teammate, Sam Malinsky, was asked if he's worried about Makar missing game 1. He said, I don't know what to tell the fan or them, as in the fans. Obviously, it would be great to have him out here. You can't replace him, and we're going to miss him out there. Yeah, hopefully we can still get it done without him. So Makar, we talk about Stone being out.
Right.
Makar's
just a great equalizer.
Yeah, he's just as influential on the game as Stone is. I mean, Makar is one of the best. He's a Norris Trophy finalist this year for the best defenseman in the NHL, and he may not be on the ice tonight. Big thing for the Knights.
Yeah, you go from a starting point of 16 teams that have a chance for Lord Stanley's Cup, and now you're down to 4. You got Colorado Vegas firing up game 1 tonight, 6 o'clock ESPN. Carolina and Montreal will face off in the Eastern Conference Finals. And for Knights fans, another run in the making here after they beat the Ducks, and prior to that, knocked out the Utah Mammoth. We'll give you a little more in-depth preview coming up a little bit later in the show, and we'll break down defensemen, offense, X factors, goalie play, and we'll make our staff picks, right, Paulie?
Yeah, that's right. I love staff picks.
NBA last night, not enough for Paulie's no-go superstar, Donnie Mitchell.
That's
he
right.
scored 29. It was not enough. They blew a 19-point lead. I think it was still a 16, 17-point lead with under 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Knicks outscored the Cavs, who kind of were cruising, 32-18 in the fourth. They had a big three followed by a Brunson little bank shot to get it into overtime. Sam Merrill misses the game-winning three at the horn at the end of regulation, and then all Knicks in OT. They outscore the Cavs 14-3 in the extra 5-minute session to get the game 1 victory in the East. There's that little flip shot off the window. Brunson has a game-high 38 yesterday. How about JB?
Yeah,
pretty good game for him.
Good.
He, as we see here, this
is kind of a compilation
of his best plays.
JB. Yeah,
he was sensational. I like watching him play. He's not very big, and you look at how he won at Villanova, and you look at what he did in Dallas, and how much they miss him. And he took over the game last night.
Yeah,
it wasn't James Harden. It wasn't the big cat. It wasn't Donovan Mitchell even that took over the game. It was Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
Playoff Jalen Brunson is the best version of Brunson.
Yeah.
Like, he just steps up on the big stage.
Yeah, he's a good playoff player for sure.
Doesn't that impact how you think of him? Like, regular season Jalen is good, but postseason Jalen's even better. I think that's what pushes him up there to that superstar level.
Yeah, he's a superstar, I think.
I mean, when you're playing in New York and you've now done it, and now you've got them to the, but he needs to get to the finals, and he needs to bring the Knicks a championship, and then he's immediately forever in Knicks lore as one of the greats, right? They love their Knicks. They love John Starks and Charles Oakley and those guys that helped him. Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, they were there last night. Ewing and all the fellas. They were on the front row.
There's kind of an alumni with the Knicks that show back up.
Yeah. They definitely were. The old heads definitely appreciate when the Knicks are good, So I think I'm trying to find it, but there was a video of like Patrick Ewing and Oakley and all those guys sitting behind the basket just going crazy at the end of the game. But it was cool to see.
Why not? Why not? I mean,
Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, John Starks, Latrell Sprewell, Marcus Camby, Iman Shumpert, and Stephon Marbury were part of the contingency. I found the video. So it shows them after they make the last to take the lead in overtime, I believe. Or no, this is Brunson's shot he hit over James Harden. So they show the behind the basket, and it's literally just a slew of Knicks luminaries. Like, check this video out. So it's Brunson spots up and hits the three over Harden. It's got the crowd pop. There's Ewing.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's Oakley.
All these old there's Latrell.
Sprewell looking dapper.
Yeah, he's got a good suit on. There's Marbury.
Like
they have the whole crew there.
Yeah.
Look at that. And you're right. There is kind of an alumni network with the Knicks. Like, they're prideful about New York basketball. So good for them.
Story number 6, Dallas Mavericks, Jalen Brunson's old team. They are beginning the search for a new head coach. They are moving on from Jason Kidd after 5 seasons in what the team described as a mutual parting of ways.
Yeah.
4 more years, more than $40 million remaining on his contract. Masai Ujiri, the new team president, said in a statement, this is the right moment for a new direction for the team. He did help them get to the NBA Finals in 2024, but missed the postseason in 3 of his 5 seasons as head coach. He's 53 now, and he has a below 500 NBA coaching resume.
Yeah, he's below 500 as a coach, so I think this is about time. So, Kidd's a good coach, or he was a good player, but he hasn't really morphed into a good NBA ball coach. So,
story number 7, Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice is in custody in Texas after violating probation tied to that high-speed chase and crash. So he's violated his probation.
It might be enough for this guy. He apparently smoked some weed and violated his probation, so he's going to head to jail for 30 days.
Yep.
Crazy.
Right. We got Coach Chris Fate now. We're joining us. That's your top headlines here. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going down to Mesa, Arizona. Blazers, WAC, and final WAC baseball tournament starts today, noon, and we will talk with Skip when we come back about the game today with UT Arlington, the bracket, and much, much more Trailblazer baseball chatter when we come back. Hey, Tara's been down to the Bruce. She's been down to the Bruce first. This is P.D. Soto's walk-up song, which will, I guess, serve as Coach Chris Fate, now our skipper of the Utah Tech Trailblazers walk-up song, as he joins us now via the telephone from down in Mesa, Arizona. Good morning, Skip.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good, man. Every time you hear that song and PD's at the plate, you're thinking what?
To be honest with you, I don't know any of the walk-up songs. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to claim I'm always locked in on something else, but it's my daughters always know every walk-up song and tell me and listen to them in the house, and I'm like, I'd lose every trivia question, that's for sure.
Well, unless they had, some OAR, some iration, or some slightly stupid. That's not our era. That's not our era, Coach. We don't get to what the young guys are listening to.
yeah, they have fun with it. It's pretty cool down here too. We send them our walk-up songs and hype video and stuff like that. So our guys get their walk-up songs down here at the stadium, so it's nice.
Here we go. Lots to get into here. Talking Utah Tech baseball with Chris Fatenauer. You got ACU, CBU, Sac State, Tarleton State, UT Arlington, UVU, and of course the Utah Tech Trailblazers. One of those teams moving on to the regional. And you guys are the 3 seed, Coach. When you got the draw there, or were you happy with UT Arlington as the 6 seed here in day one? What do you think about the matchup?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I mean, everybody's good in our conference. Everybody's got a Friday night guy. We didn't play super well at their place 2 weeks ago. And so it is nice to get somebody that, we didn't play our best baseball against. And so we know we're better than we performed the first time. And so, whoever we got, you're going to have to get through 4 games. You're going to have to beat people's number ones. You're going to have to beat good teams. And so it is what it is. And we'll go out and get after it.
Of course, you guys are on the opposite side of the bracket from the 1 seed Tarleton State, but if you win this game, you got the 2 seed Cal Baptist kind of sitting there waiting for you. Like you said, everybody is good. Take me through the coach's thought process the last 24 to 48 hours on how you want to set up your pitching for the WAC baseball tournament.
Yeah, well, it's tough this time of year because one thing, the tournament starts so early, you don't have full rest, right? Like, nobody would be on full rest today, so we're kind of staying with our rotation in terms of the first 2 guys right now, Tyler Ray and Dakota West. Dakota's probably been our most consistent arm this year, but, regardless of what happens in game 1, you get to that game 2, and it means a lot either way, and there's nobody I'd rather have on the mound than that guy. So, it wasn't a super long discussion. And, we kind of knew by the end of the day Saturday what we were going to do there, but Tyler Ray will get the ball today with a full bullpen, with the exception of Dakota West, who will go game 2.
And, Coach, obviously the WAC postseason awards were released yesterday, and the Utah Tech Trailblazer baseball team has their footprint on the first, second, and defensive team. First teamers Kyle McDaniel, Ryan Crapel, Ty Johnson, Caden Carpenter, to name a few. And the second team, you've got a number of guys as well. Just talk about how these guys getting recognized in the postseason is important for the program.
Yeah, it's very important. It's important to honor their body of work. It's nice because there's a respect level between, obviously, the other coaches, and administrators saw how our guys played and how they compete. So, to have those guys up there is big. I mean, Ty Johnson, not necessarily the everyday catcher last year, steps up as a senior, wins the job, and really did it defensively, and then the bat came with it. P.D. Soto improved tremendously at the plate, always been a good defender, but I think upped his batting average by almost 100 points this year.
Wow.
And Kyle McDaniel, consummate professional hitter, proud he got recognized. And then, Crapel, I think some of that was defensive, some of it was offensive, some of it was probably what he does on the mound for us as well. But yeah, really proud of that group. All of it for naught if we don't keep moving on through this tournament, though. So we'll get after it as a group and hopefully come out on the right side of this.
Of those guys, I think the guy that's probably flown under the radar the most had arguably the best, stats, Ty Johnson. I feel like we talk about Crapel, we talk about Kyle, we talk about PD, Crimson Cliffs, obviously. But Ty Johnson, your catcher, he's in the top 16 in 3 statistical categories, hitting .331. He scores a lot of runs. He plays great. He's been durable, Coach. I think he started almost all but like 7 or 8 of your games this year. Talk a little bit more about Ty Johnson. I feel like we haven't discussed his contributions to your club much this year.
Yeah, it was a really cool thing, and hard to say cool thing, but last year, Andrew Pyle, who was mostly our starter last year, broke his hand the last series of the year. And that really, thrust Ty in to be the everyday guy, at the end of the season and into the conference tournament. And he got every inning in the 3 conference tournament games last year and the last 3 games of the year. And I think that really built a lot of confidence in him, the way he played down the stretch last year. And he came back and didn't miss a beat. And, he threw out a ton of runners this year. He blocked the ball well. He handles the pitching staff really well. And then the bat came along with it. And had, not a ton of home runs, but just quality at bat after quality at bat, hit and ran, got bunts down. Just did a great job for us all year on both sides of the ball.
Coach Chris Fadenauer with us here today. Going to be fun, noon. You can watch the game. Mesa, Arizona. Have your guys ever played at this field before, Coach? Any of your guys, been to this particular ballpark? And if you can, is it a ballpark and with the dimensions to left and center and right field that maybe sets up good to some of your hitters' eye, in your opinion?
Yeah. So this was where the tournament was last year. So we've got about 26 returners that were in this tournament last year. And so there's a lot of familiarity there. And honestly, in our scouting report meeting last night, we did talk about how this park plays perfect for us. We're a team that's almost hit 100 doubles this year. We stole almost 100 bases. It's a big park. It's 340 down the lines. It's, I think, 420 to center. It's not a park, we're not built really for the home run like some of these other teams in our conference, and it's not a park that's really home run friendly. So it sets up really well for us. It's natural surface, which we're obviously used to playing on. There's a lot of positives about where we're playing that play into us, the heat. Something our guys are used to. So a lot of positive stuff on our side.
Hope we're just playing one today. It is the first game of the WAC baseball tournament. The 3 seed Utah Tech versus the number 6 seed UT Arlington. ESPN Plus if you want to watch the game. Live stats are up on the WAC baseball page. They're up on the Utah Tech baseball website page as well. If you win, you play again same time tomorrow, right, against Cal Baptist. That's the plan, right, Coach?
Yeah, it'd be the 12:05 Mountain Time tomorrow against 2 seed Cal Bap. They've got the pitcher of the year on their team, and they have a bye. So we're going to get their best tomorrow if we were lucky enough to win tonight. But we look forward to that challenge. And again, you're going to have to beat somebody, a couple different people's best, and you're going to have to play the best teams to get there.
Who's kind of an X factor? Who's a guy? Give me a couple guys that you really think if they come and bring their best today could really, push you guys to a dub in game 1 today. Is there some guys that are kind of streaking right now that are playing some really good ball?
Yeah, I think number 1 would be Tyler Ray, just our starting pitcher. He's been good for us all year. I mean, even he took a loss at UT Arlington 2 weeks ago, but we lost 2-0. Other than just 2 little blemishes, he was really good that day. And then there's a couple guys, I think, we talked about Maeve Madsen, our freshman center fielder. Hudson Manwaring, who's been on fire, was conference player of the week 2 weeks ago. If we'd had kind of this version of him all year, who knows where we would be, but he's been playing really well. So I think really that outfield, and Finn Stewart included, I think those 3 guys, covering ground in this big outfield defensively, and then what they bring to the table with speed and power and some things they can do at the plate will be a big X factor.
Love it. Talking with the skip himself, Chris Fadenauer. Coach, you're on the way to batting practice, right? You guys are heading over to the field here shortly?
Yeah, we leave in 40 minutes. 40 minutes. We're home team, so we got to hit early. So it's a long day for us. We don't play for a few hours, but we've got, about a 45-minute batting practice session, and then kind of have some downtime where we'll get some snacks and nutrition in us, and then, game starts at 11:05, Pacific time down here, and it'll be a long one, but we kind of get it out of the way early and before the heat hits, and I'm excited about all of our supporters and fans and families that are down here and will be here, and just looking forward to getting after it. This point in the year, man, you guys have earned this, and it's a lot of fun for them to compete.
Yeah, and looking at that run you guys made last year, fighting back, there was some positives. How do you kind of pick back up the momentum you seemingly had last year in the WAC baseball championships? And how are you spinning this to your guys that this is the final go in the WAC before you move to the Mountain West?
Yeah, we haven't talked about that very often much, but we've talked about how much success we had down the stretch last year, and winning our last 3 series to get into this tournament, and then how well we played in this tournament. We only went 1-2, but won an extra inning game against Cal Bap the first night. On the second and third night, we had leads going into the 8th inning, and just couldn't kind of hold them. But we played really well, and honestly, that we talked about this early in the year with you guys. That really led to a ton of confidence in our team this year. There's no doubt in my mind that had it not been for the success we had back into last year in this tournament last year, we wouldn't be where we're at this year. And so, this really catapulted us last year, and unbelievable to kind of keep that momentum up and make a good run here.
Coach Chris Fatenauer, the Skip, and the Blazers. Again, tune in noon, ESPN Plus. It should be fun. Get your popcorn ready. Blazers about ready to go on a run down there in Mesa, Arizona. Skip will let you go get off to the facility, and thanks for joining us. And a shout out to Steve Johnson as well for allowing us access to you on a game day. We really appreciate the insight. A couple hours before you guys fire up the WAC championships.
You got it, guys. Appreciate your following us, your support, and hopefully we can have a call like this in about a week as we move on to the next stage of this.
That's the plan. Sir. Let's go. That's the plan. Go Blazers. Coach Fatenauer with us live on The Drive. Going to be fun. I will be watching. Paulie, you will be watching.
Yes. I will be watching.
I know we've all been down to the Bruce for a lot of games this year. And again, shout out to Ty Johnson, first team all WAC, Kyle McDaniel, and Ryan Crapel. That is awesome. PD Soto, Miller Durham get the second team. Miller is the reigning player of the week.
Yep.
Finnegan the week before that. So it's been some good stuff here for Coach Fate and the Blazers. All right, got to take a timeout. When we come back, Big Finish, get you ready for the day in sports on a beautiful Wednesday morning here from the Findlay Hyundai studio. Show today brought to you by Prime IV. Prime IV's got some fantastic things going on. They got all their super powerful drips standing by. If you got a big summer ahead and you're just drained from the school year with all the graduations this week, go relax, get rejuvenated. They've got the glow for the ladies, the hair, the skin, the nails, the energy. They've got the champion for the athletes. If you're going out and running, doing a triathlon, you're playing pickleball tournaments, you're getting out and playing golf tournaments, whatever the case might be, they've got a super powerful drip for you. And oh my goodness, don't forget to, while you're at Prime IV, get one of those scalp massages over there inside Prime IV at the Eden Head and Foot Spa. That will be a great way to kickstart your summer right here around Southern Utah. Riverside Drive, PrimeIVSTG.com. Tell them the guys and gals on the Fan Sports Network told you to stop on by. We're back in a flash. Yeah, we're back, everybody. It is The Drive. What's going on? Show today brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Going to be home to the Utah State Long Drive Championships.
Yes.
The Findlay Subaru Long Drive Championships will be hitting bombs. There'll be 10 different divisions to compete in. June 12th and 13th. Mark your calendar. We're just putting the finishing touches up on all the details. We'll get all the details up on the fansportsnetwork.com this week, and you'll be able to check all the info out. It's really walk-up sign-ups. You just mark your calendar, put in your phone right now, Long Drive, Friday, June 12th, and just to come on out to the number 10 tee at the beautiful, stunning Coral Canyon Golf Course and watch Paulie hit bombs.
Well, it might be the first one I miss in I don't know how many years, 7?
Really?
I might not be in the state of Utah during the Utah State Long Drive, so
not
disappointing, because I'd love to be out there and do the ceremonial first tee shot.
Well, we didn't ask you to do the ceremonial first drive. I don't think Marco wanted you tearing up the tee box any further.
Right.
That's right. Hey. I mean, at Topgolf, you were surprised. Color you surprised, weren't you, with the contact I made on a couple of those?
Yeah, I was surprised on the very first hit, but then hits 2, 3,
She's
4,
making all
5.
kinds of faces.
I'm going to bring in this video.
Oh, look at
this.
She's going to merge the video into the stream. How about that?
Oh boy. Oh boy. This, I don't know how this goes. That was fun having Coach Fade on a game day. We really appreciate him hopping on with us before they head over to the I forgot they had this conference tournament at the same place as last year. That was my bad on the one question from Coach Fade. But man, Miller Durham, 395. How about Kyle McDaniel hitting 355? Petey Soto hitting 354. Hudson Manwaring hitting 339 going into the WAC tournament. Ty Johnson's at 331. He was first team all-conference. Ryan Krapel, who was the preseason player of the year, ended up hitting 318 this year for the Blazers. And he hit a ton for average, but he also, hit 6 home runs. Nobody hit more than Miller Durham, though. 10 home runs for Miller. That led the Blazers. Kyle hit 7. Petey hit 5. How about your scrawny little Crimson Cliffs shortstop that's not scrawny and little anymore?
I was going to say he's not scrawny.
I know. He's worked really hard in the weight room. He's still smooth. Fast. He's still fast, but he is grown up before our eyes. He had 5 bombs this year from the shortstop position.
Nice.
354. He played every single game. There's a couple guys that played in every game. Ryan Krapel, Petey Soto, Kyle McDaniel. Those are your 3 guys that didn't miss a game. Finnegan Stewart missed 3 games this year. But Durham started all 41 of the games he was available to start in, but he didn't play all 55. Blazers go 33-22. What a long grind of a season, but 33 wins, 9 more than last year, right?
Yeah.
Where they were, game under 500 or something, a couple games under 500.
A few games under 500, if I recall correctly.
33-22, they definitely made huge strides. Now, some of these juniors, like Kyle McDaniel, like Petey Soto, like Ryan Krapel, they could come back. Or they're going to probably have some conversations with the MLB scouts, and they are now draft eligible. That's the scary thing if you can't get those guys. If all 3 of those guys go into the draft, you got some big holes to fill. But that's always the case. Every year a season comes to a close, there's always shoes to fill. But 10-8 in the WAC. Here's what I love.
24-31 last year.
7 games below 500.
9-15 in the WAC.
That's a 16-game turnaround from below 500 to above 500.
Yes. It's a great year for Utah Tech baseball.
17-9 at home at the Bruce. They still were 16-13 away, so you had a winning record on the road.
Yep. Wow. 6-14 a year ago on the road.
And that sweep at the end of the season, they didn't get the help they needed to get it into the 2 seed, but they still solidified that 3 seed with that season-ending sweep, which was nice to see. So they do go in with some momentum, riding that win streak coming out of that final senior day and all the festivities there at Brucehurst Field. So again, 12:05. Check it out if you're at the office. You can stream it on your computer on ESPN Plus. Let's get into a little bit of Game 1 preview tonight, and then we got some staff picks coming up before the end of the show as well. And I just want to kind of open up the talking points about like how much confidence should we have in the Vegas Golden Knights. We mentioned Cale Makar probably going to be out, but it looks like probably not officially, Mark Stone might be out as well tonight. Is that a? I mean, it's a star for a star. You're losing. Both teams could be without a big time star in game one tonight out in Denver.
Yeah, I think it is kind of an equalizer, and I think that kind of ups the chances for Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah, McCarr is more of a scoring defenseman, and Stone is a winger.
Right?
Yeah.
But still, like I said, if Marner steps up and you have Dorofeev, who's leading the league in goals, like in playoffs, at 9, I wouldn't count the Vegas Golden Knights out.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's.
I'd like to see more production from Eichel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think all the Knights fans would. He hasn't really been a force in either series. He had that 3 assist game, but other than that, I mean, he hasn't really been a big impact player in any of the series they've played in.
Well, in round 2, I mean, Marner in the 5-1 victory had the natural Hattie. Dorofeev scored the OT winner as they took game 5 back in Vegas. Like, those were the 2 heroes. Of course, McNabb had the hit there late with the suspension that led to the loss of the draft pick and the fine.
Yeah.
They lost game 4, and the Ducks even that series, but they just bounced right back to win game 5 and 6. And game 6, that was the Knights team, and that's how they're going to have to play if they're going to beat the Avalanche.
Yeah.
It can't be how they played in game 2 when they lost at home 3-1.
Yeah.
And really had not that many shots on goal. The Ducks took them out of their rhythm. Not game 4 either, as the Ducks even the series. But we've seen enough sample size of what the Knights are capable of doing when they're playing their best and they're clicking on all cylinders. And
I agree with her, though. Eichel has 1 goal in 12 playoff games.
How many assists?
I mean, you need him to score more.
You need him to shoot more?
You need him to shoot more. Yeah.
How many shots has he taken in the postseason compared to how many assists?
I don't have the shots, but
I feel like he hasn't been shooting. That's why I asked the question. I feel like he's been more of a facilitator, and there's been stretches
Which
early.
is kind of a role reversal because it was Marner always feeding Eichel.
Yes.
And now it's kind of reverse, and now Marner's scoring.
Yeah.
Although he is still assisting.
He has 14 assists, which is more than 1 per game, but for a team that needs goal scoring, for a team that needs goal scoring, for his only goal of the entire playoffs, I was there. It was game 3 of the Mammoth series. Vejmelka let one just sit in the blue paint, and he just skated right by and knocked it in. It wasn't a skilled shot. It wasn't a high danger chance. It was just an easy poke in.
But what did you say about the assists?
Other than that, for that little poke in the blue paint, he would have no goals.
But what about the assists?
14. That's a lot.
Which is great.
That's
but
good.
if you're going to beat the Avs,
need him to
this
score.
isn't the Ducks. This isn't the Mammoth. This is the Avs, the best team in the league.
They won the
If
President's
you're going to
Cup.
beat them, Eichel has got to stand up.
Your point stands. I agree. He hasn't been a good goal scorer.
What about the Avs?
They've got a lot of goal scorers. They got a guy that's minus 120 to score a goal tonight. They're going to score.
That's Nathan McKinnon. He's a superstar.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's not just a guy. You can't call Nathan. Oh, they got a guy.
You've got
They got a guy that's minus 120
they have
to
a
score a
deep
goal.
bench.
What the heck kind of comment is that?
Closest odds for the Knights to score a goal plus 205, and it is Eichel who has 1.
Oh, they're huge underdogs. They're huge. They're plus 165.
No. For a guy to be minus to score a goal is insane. It doesn't matter if it's Wayne Gretzky. To score a goal is hard, very hard, especially in the playoffs.
But you just made it sound so easy for Jack, and now it's so hard in the playoffs. I'm so confused right now. What
How
are you saying?
confused? I'm
because
saying
you're
Jack
saying it's
hasn't
so
produced.
hard to score.
Jack hasn't produced from the goal scoring angle of the game. He has not. He has 1 in 12 games.
And yet the Knights are right where they want to be. That's pretty scary for the Av as an underdog sneaking into game 1.
But you're not going to be able to. What she's saying is true. You're not going to be able to do it against this team with your highest paid player doing nothing from the goal scoring perspective. You're not going to do it. You're just not going to do it.
14 assists. Skorofiev has been scoring. Marner's picked up the efficiency.
That's right.
I'll tell you, Howden has been terrific in the postseason.
That's fine.
And
that's great. That's all gravy.
Why are you taking a shot at Jack Eichel this morning with 14 assists and 1 goal in the postseason?
It's not a shot. We just need him to
Paulie's
show up.
taking a shot. No, Paulie's taking a shot. You're not. So you're saying Tara's saying you're not taking a shot. It feels like you're taking a shot.
I'm not taking a shot.
It's just a fact. He just needs to show up.
We run through the numbers.
But you're not giving him any credit for the assist. You need him to score.
Yes. To win games, you got to score goals.
Okay, so if Nathan McKinnon doesn't score tonight and the Knights win, you're going to rip McKinnon tomorrow, right?
Not
Even if he has an
rhythm.
assist.
He needs to produce. He's the best player on their team. Jack
He's the
Eichel,
best player on the ice.
Jack Eichel is the best player on the Knights.
Yeah.
For him not to produce and score goals through 12 playoff games is alarming.
Different guy. It takes a team. Mitch Marner
does.
is just as good as Jack Eichel.
He
like
is.
skill wise, they're both
Sure.
high caliber guys.
Wouldn't you feel more comfortable if Jack had 4 or 5 goals by now? You know, not one. That was the easiest goal that I could have scored.
Yeah. Jack did not look good in game 3 of the Ducks, game 2 that I went to.
Yeah.
Jack, I was like, Jack, what are you doing? Jack, what are you doing? I'm just trying to understand what your point is. Your point sounds like the Knights can't beat the Avalanche unless Jack scores. That's the
He's gotta show
translation.
up.
So why don't you just say that instead of dancing around taking shots at Jack?
Yeah. No, the Avs are just a different caliber of team. That's all I'm saying. They are the best in the league. They led the league all season. And to
But
beat
they didn't play
them-
the Knights every night.
No.
They don't
They
even play
did
the
play the
same
Knights.
division of the Knights.
I'm just saying it's a different caliber of team.
Yeah.
And in order for them to skate by them and win these games and move on, the Knights are going to need a little more production from their top player, Eichel. And they still need Marner, and they still need Dorofeev.
Yeah, she's
or
not
Scorfiev.
discounting all the other
I'm not
people.
poo-pooing on Eichel. I'm just saying I would like to see a little more production from him as well.
Look at him. He's quizzically looking at you. He doesn't know what to think about your comments.
Jack has,
or mine, for that
Jack
matter.
has 31 shots on goal in 11 playoff games.
All right.
I asked the question.
And
You,
so
neither
he's
of you knew
1
the
for
answer, so
31.
I had to look it up. He's 1 for 31. So,
Yeah, 1 for 31. Bad percentage.
but he's got 15 points.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
15 points in 11 games is good.
That is good.
And that's where my point was: is what you're discounting how unselfish a Jack is.
Well, you can't rely on Scorfiev and Marner to have hat tricks every night. You need Eichel to score. I don't think I'm out of the realm by saying that. 1 goal through 12 games for a superstar player in the NHL is bad.
I mean,
need
that was
more.
kind of the complaint about Marner all season. It was like,
Correct.
they're paying him this much money. He's not scoring goals, but how many assists did he have? Yeah, he was unselfish. He was
Yeah.
feeding and
me
getting the
check that.
assists and everything. But you still need him to step up. This is playoff hockey. This isn't regular season
And Marner
hockey.
has killed the narrative on him. He has absolutely crushed the playoff Marner narrative. He's the leading scorer point-wise, assists and goals in the playoffs. So I think that narrative is finally done. I think Marner, at 29 years old, has put to bed the narrative that he is a bad playoff player.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
I agree.
You're welcome.
I agree. I do.
And he had 24 goals during the
I'm
regular
not,
season.
I'm not discounting that Jack needs to score more.
Okay.
If they're going to beat Colorado,
Yes.
I am taking your point.
And not
I just
assists either.
didn't want you to dilute the 15 points because he's playing more unselfish. But I just looked it up. Matt Boldy leads the NHL in shot attempts, 43. Okay. Leo Carlson had 39. Alex Tuck's taken 35. Kucherov,
those teams are
31.
out.
Out, yeah.
Okay. Knights are still playing, and Eichel's taken 31. So I guess my point is I'm not as worried because they're still winning who scores the goal as long as somebody scores the goal.
Yeah.
Do I want Jack to score? 100%. I just felt like you were being you're putting a lot of pressure on Jack. You don't think he feels the pressure? You don't know how many zeros are behind his
Stone's
paycheck? You think
out.
he's forgotten when he goes to the
he's
bank how much
captain.
money he's getting paid to score goals?
He's the ipso de facto captain with no Stone. You know, he's the elder statesman other than Stone. I'd assume most of the team is rallying around him as their captain. He wears the A already. So he's got to be ready to go. I don't think I'm out of the realm
I know,
by
but
saying
you
that.
see my point. What if McKinnon? I was
see
counterpunching
your
with
point.
McKinnon.
I see it. And you
He's
don't,
minus 120.
Yes.
Jack's plus 205.
Correct.
The odds are McKinnon should score. What if he doesn't? Knights could still game 1. That's the point I'm trying to make. And
All right.
Jack can be unselfish and he can find Scorfiev and he can get
And
the
they
ball
can
to
still
Marner.
win.
Sometimes you have to do that because I think that was the whole problem with the Maple Leafs and Marner because you have that top 4, right? You have like Willie Stiles and you have Matthews and you had Marner and you had like JT and all of these players that were star players. Nice, yeah.
But
And they
with-
wouldn't share.
With Stone out, I am giving you your flowers because I do agree with both of you. Eichel needs to score tonight.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with being unselfish. That's fine.
Stone still isn't skating at practice.
I'd wager to say Stone's out for the year.
They have recalled some extra depth players.
Yeah.
I think they got 2 guys on the roster that are Henderson Silverwolves.
Yeah, Knights. And Silver Knights.
Silver
right?
Knights.
Yeah. And it kind of feels like what I was talking about the other day when Tom Wilson tore his ACL. And
they just said lower body
Our
injury.
coach just said he's day to day, he's day to day, he's day to day. But we all know
because you want to keep them guessing. You don't want the other team to have any
gamesmanship.
insight.
Yeah,
Right.
you want a little gamesmanship. You want a little
chess.
Yeah, it is. It's a virtual game of chess. So
look,
we're working it.
Stone's getting older, but he's still probably our top two-way forward, and he is El Capitan, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's a disruptor defensively with his stick. He's so good.
Well,
at
you
just,
heard Oshie on the Chicklets thing, the steals he gets, the takeaways, and
but McCarr's absence is the great equalizer in Game 1 tonight, and we don't know.
I mean, he might play just because his teammates are saying we might have to do it without him. He might, shoot up with some cortisone and get out there. But I would lean no. So I would lean by all the stuff I'm seeing this morning that he is not going to play.
I mean, missed practice again yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
His third missed on the ice session since the round ended. So if he's not able to practice, is he able to tough it out and play? That is the question you have to ask.
Sure.
It's a lingering injury. Yeah. We don't know exactly what it is. It worsened during the Minnesota series. He kind of left the game multiple times and then returned every time. So it wasn't. So he's probably closer than Stone.
Oh, he's actually get out on the ice.
They're calling him day to day.
Yeah,
yeah, and they're just resting him right now, probably so he could go. I mean, that could be a little poker hand play there from through the media.
Yeah, it could be like not expect McCarr and then boom, there he is out there.
If McCarr can't go tonight, you're at home. You're thinking, let's give him one more day. Let's let him rest till Friday's game.
Yeah.
And we can maybe still sneak Game 1. It's only Game 1. He averages 25 minutes a game on the ice. That is a high amount of ice time.
It is. And
he's always on the power play. And he's probably Colorado's most important skater outside of Nathan McKinnon. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Who would you say?
He's probably second to McKinnon.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there, though. I mean, Nelly, Brock Nelson, and he's a
Natchez.
I don't know.
Marty Natchez is good. I don't know. I would say he's probably the second best player on the Avalanche.
But yeah, I would. Yeah.
I mean, time on ice would tell you that. I mean, 25 minutes, he's on the power play. That would tell you he's a key cog.
Yeah.
And look, you don't win the President's Cup by not having other great players. Don't get that faded. I mean, Landeskog, I like watching Landeskog play.
He's good.
What's it, Nanushkin?
Yeah.
Nikushkin.
It's a hard name. It's a hard name, but Nikushkin, I was close. He's one of the best two-way power forwards when he's healthy. He's big. He's physical.
Yeah. They got a lot of talent.
You mentioned Nelly. They got Taves. They got, Wedgwood, who's been good in the postseason this year in the net.
That's where I think the hole is in the Avalanche.
Is the
Scott Wedgwood.
You don't believe in him. He's been good in the postseason.
And just like Oshie said on the Spit and Chicklets thing, Minnesota was able to score goals. They were able to score on Wedgwood. They just weren't able to keep him out of the net. I think Carter Hart is better than any goaltender the Wild have, and he's playing hotter right now. So I think he could be a great equalizer in this series because Colorado is going to fly up and down the ice. I mean, the speed of Colorado is noticeable, but they're a volume shooting team. They like to throw a lot of shots at the net. I think the Knights with more high danger chances could maybe steal Game 1. Could steal Game 1 tonight. I think there's a real shot.
If
McCarr doesn't play, that is huge. Huge.
Like there's some betting models out there, including I just was looking at CBS Sports Line, their simulation model. There's some real value on Vegas because of their playoff depth, because of Carter Hart's goaltending. You just kind of mentioned the goalie for the Avs, but Carter Hart is playing on his head right now, and they've been great since John Tortorella took over. Really, that's where it all changed.
Right. Yeah.
Like the 8 games to go in the regular season, we didn't know if they were going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't know what seed they were going to get there with 8 games left in the regular season. And then they got hot on their torch. They've won against the Mammoth and the Ducks in 6. They haven't had a 7-game series.
Yeah.
So yes, they are experienced and they have veteran guys mixed with some young guys, but they haven't had to go like the Habs did to 2 7-game series in a row out in the East.
Right.
Now, they're not getting as much rest as Carolina, obviously. Nobody is. Or Colorado. There is the rest versus rust conversation because when was the last time Colorado played a game? It's been over a week ago.
Well,
I think in playoff hockey, though, rest is good because you can heal up. It is a brutal sport.
Yeah.
And playoff hockey is even more brutal. 51 more hits per game in playoff hockey compared to regular season. So I think rest is actually a good thing.
Where is your?
This was great. Just to allude to your point. So the full injury report from the Flyers came out after the season.
Right.
And this is what these guys are dealing with. Emil Andre, fractured wrist, requires surgery. Alex Bump, MCL sprain. Noah Cates, fractured foot. Christian Dvorak, fractured rib. Nikita Grebinin, upper body injury. Garnett Hathaway, fractured fibula. Internal bleeding for Owen Tippett with a core muscle injury. This is what these guys deal with.
And we don't even know what our teams are dealing with because they're not going to disclose that.
It doesn't happen until after the season. The full injury report comes out from
I wanted
the
to
GM.
go back to this for a second. Goalie confidence rating. On a scale of 10, what would you give Carter Hart and what would you give Scott Wedgwood? On a scale of 1 to 10.
I think Wedgwood plays in front of a better defensive unit, but just purely the goaltenders, I trust Hart more. I'd put him at an 8. I'd put Wedgwood at a 6.
I'd even put Hart at a 9.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of confidence in him.
Yeah. I do have a lot of confidence in him. Yeah.
ESPN.com just did the same thing, and Carter Hart was an 8, and Wedgwood was a 7.5 out of 10.
All right.
So you guys were right. You guys were right there in line with them.
Yeah.
Picks. We got to get to picks here.
Series or for tonight or both?
I'm talking about both. We got to have our series picks. It's game 1, so let's at least do that.
All right.
I am going Knights in the upset in 7. I picked the Knights in 7 over the Mammoth. It only took 6. I picked the Knights in 7 over the Ducks. It only went 6. I am taking the Knights in 7, and I'm hoping it only goes 6.
All right. Tara, ladies first.
I am taking Knights for sure tonight. And I am never going to bet against my team. I'm going to say Knights in 7.
Wow.
Love it.
No,
Love it. Paulie's going to take the Avalanche 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I could be lined up in studio. We could have a little sweat together. The Avalanche are the better team by a wide margin, I think. But injuries, some certain things, a weak goaltender. Give me the Knights and give me them in 7. We're all together in this fight.
All right. Knights in 7. And look, if you look at the NBA playoffs, I mean, San Antonio just stole game 1 on the road in OKC against the defending champs. Cavs should have stole 1, lost in overtime last night, but it's a really compelling game.
Big one tonight. Big one.
Plus 165. Knights are underdogs in Colorado, 6 o'clock. Get out there to graduations. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Show brought to you by Soda Weight Loss.